OMFG. Wow. Tell you what, man, it has been a massive struggle the last couple of weeks. I have been deprived of quality sleep and it has affected me greatly. It is getting to the point now where some days I just can't do anything. I'm either too tired and depressed and just don't have the energy to, basically concentrate, let alone ride the motorcycle. I don't like to ride when I'm feeling totally out of it. So basically when you've got lack of sleep, it's almost like you're under the weather anyway, Anyway, enough of that. So it's 3:45 now, finally got my ass into gear. Very dark day today, very overcast. It was raining this morning. I was going to go out this morning, but then again I was too tired anyhow. The doctor seems to think that I've got sleep apnea. I'm going to get tested for it end of this month, and that will be confirmed, I dare say. I've also had blood tests as well, just to rule out anything else that's could be making me tired. Fingers crossed that all comes back good. But yeah, I'm 46 now, so getting on a bit. I've have not had a drink since last Saturday night, so yeah, basically alcohol also messes with your sleep patterns, as much as you might want to disagree. It may help to send you to sleep, but it doesn't help you to stay asleep. Well, anyway, it doesn't help me. So yeah, haven't had a drink. I've got some nice craft beer in the fridge, and but I'm thinking about going down to Uncle Dan's and getting a carton of that alcohol-free beers, just as a Clayton's beer kind of thing, the beer you have when you're not having a beer. So yeah, anyway, since then I'll put on crash bars, I'll put on a skid plate or a bash plate, whatever you want to call it, both SW Motec products. I've also put on some fancy pivot pegs, and they're quite wide. Even with these stock standard road boots on, they grip quite a bit. This gear shifter here is not really far enough out, but I do have some peg lowering brackets on order. They should be here soon. I had to order them direct from the States because the Australian stockist was out of stock. Look forward to those, because I've also got myself some former riding boots, which are quite a chunky boot, and they've got a massive heel, a massive toe box. It's about that fat as opposed to normal shoes or boots. So I need to basically have the pegs lowered and further back, and they're going to be back by 20 mil and lower by 40 mil. Anyway, look forward to getting those on. I'll tell you what, mate, I was putting on the old bash plate. Jesus Christ, I mean, I put the crash bars on first, and they weren't too bad to get on. I had to lift the tank slightly. Just undid the tank bolts, had to undo some screws on the fairing. I mean, just go on YouTube and watch the videos, mate, you'll see what I'm talking about. They went on fairly smoothly. It's a bit weird, they sit a bit closer into this side here. Now I measured measured them, it's both the same, but basically the fairing on the left hand side, it sits out further, I'm guessing to facilitate the radiator or something like that. I don't know, it's a bit weird. If you guys have the same thing going on with your KLR, this is a 2008, let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's probably about 20 mil away from the right hand fairing and about 10 from the left at the closest point. But yeah, they're nice and solid. They seem to be going okay. But yeah, the bloody bash plate, I tell you what, that was a real pain in the arse. There was the two front screws which use the existing brackets that the plastic skid plate was mounted to. They go onto there, they've got these little rubber grommets, and then the two underside ones underneath the engine, they they were like 10 mil out from the bloody holes, and I'm thinking, how the hell am I going to get them in there? These, you know, this is bloody way off. Now I've heard of people having issues with them, and I did this all at night because you know, I just wanted to get it on, mate. I just wanted to, you know, because being tired and being short on time, and now daylight savings finished, I just wanted to get them on. So I persevered and got it on. It took me, I don't know, about an hour or so to get the bastard on. But what I had to do was get the two front bolts in, not all the way though, and then with the two rear ones, it was a real prick too, because they had these little floating washers that sat above on the inside spaces. Basically that's what they are, and they're like free floating, so it was hard to keep the bolt, the spacer and all that together. So I rigged up some rubber bands at one stage and tried to hold them together on there. I had Loctite on the screw, so it was getting messy, man. There was shit going everywhere. In the end, what I did is I got a couple of Allen keys, you know, roughly sort of 4 or 5 mil Allen keys, and I used them to basically lever the holes of the bash plate in line with the holes, with the bolt holes. And I'll tell you what, it actually, you know, it moved all that way, so I guess there was a lot of play in the grommets and all that kind of stuff, because you can rubber grommets holding this shit in. But yeah, it took me so many attempts to get the screws in. I was on my back, I was on my side, you know, swearing and cursing. Neighbours must have thought I was doing my head in. I was doing my head in. But eventually got it in, and yeah, got the old blue Loctite on everything. The only one I didn't get blue Loctite back on was, or put Loctite on, was the upper frame bolts. Only because once I got them in, especially on this side, on the left hand side, that was a prick to line up. Took me forever to fart ass around, bloody levering the subframe on top of the airbox and all this kind of shit. Oh, it's just like, fuck me, whatever it is, some plastic box thing here, you know. And I used a bit of oil on the end of the screw just to sort of help me get it in, you know. But yeah, so hopefully they'll be all right. Did them all up to torque spec. It's surprising how little force or torque is actually required on a lot of these bolts. So I do recommend that you follow the torque settings for, if you can get hold of them, for any of your nuts and bolts that you're doing up on the bike, because I would have just, you know, done them up tight as I could, sort of thing, and it would have been a lot tighter than what it was. So yeah, I'm glad I've got the torque wrench and all that stuff now. I'll have to give bolts a check, I guess. I don't know, maybe next time I fill up, sort of thing, you know, like when I get into this tank, I'll just go over the bolts again and check it out. I've got another 300 or so Ks, or just under 300 Ks left in this tank. So yeah, I'll just check it all out. So basically, I'm sort of all kitted out now. Just got to get the lowered peg brackets. So other than that, I've got to try and get my sleep in order. And I don't like the idea of this bloody CPAP machine. Now this is one of those plastic mask things that goes on your face. You look like, you know, like a stormtrooper, and you got a hose hanging off your head, and the first reaction was, nah, fuck that, I ain't wearing that shit, you know. So also, you know, some of the contributing factors are being overweight. Now I'm about 10 kgs overweight for my height. So I'm 92, apparently I should be 82 at the most. Which if I do get down to 82, I'll be like a skinny string bean, mate, because I'm pretty skinny anyway. I think it's just all around my bloody torso. But anyway, there's apparently a bit of fat around the soft palate and the back of your throat and all that kind of stuff, and that's what also restricts your airways. I went out and bought a special pillow today, had a bit of an hour's sleep on that, and actually that's was enough to get me out of bed, so maybe it is doing okay. I don't know, it's felt weird, hard to get used to. What else? I've tried out a mouthpiece thing, which is a generic thing. That did shit. I've also downloaded this app for my phone, and it's called Snore Lab. Now, you'd be surprised how many people have sleep apnea. I mean, loads of people snore, loads of people know that they snore, but actually the apnea part of it, where you're just constantly waking up, even though you might not be opening your eyes and getting out of bed, but you're awoken because your brain said, right, you're not getting enough air, so, you know, open up, let's get some more air in. So there's that factor that keeps me awake at night. But yeah, with this, get back to the app, you set it up and you put it on before you go to bed, or as you go to bed, and it records your snoring, and it gives you a score, and you can compare it. And I'll tell you what, man, I've been wearing these earplugs as well, which block out like 99% of the sound. I can't hear myself snoring. I can't hear anything going on. To me, I'm doing good. And I think, oh shit, I've had a great sleep, didn't snore. I check out the app, and oh my effing G, I am snoring like Steam Ranger. It's unbelievable. So yeah, check it out. And if you pay, I think it's $12 for a yearly thing or one-off thing. I think it might even be one-off. You get to record the whole night, and you can play back any part of it. So you get like the WAV files, you can scroll through it. Now I've been checking to see if I've been gasping for air. I haven't been gasping, like going, waking myself up, sort of choking or anything. But perhaps it's just been enough of a lack of oxygen for my brain to go, oi, wake up, dickhead, open up the airways. So yeah, it's a bit of a tool to analyse your sleep, your quality of sleep. And I urge you, if you're feeling shit during the day, if you're waking up feeling tired, it's because you're not getting a good sleep. Alright, so you more than likely have sleep apnea. Could be minor, could be mild, could be severe. But either way, if you're feeling shit in the morning, and also if you feel tired in the day, like if you lose concentration, you've got foggy mind, and just attention span of a bloody 4-year-old, it could be due to that. So I would highly recommend doing, at least getting the app. You can get the free one, you can still hear what you're doing, you just can't sort of play every little, like the whole continuous night. It doesn't use any data, but it just uses storage, so you can save it to your SD card or whatever. Check it out, and then if you are feeling a bit shit during the day and in the mornings, go to the doctor, get a referral, go to Res Sleep or one of those sleep study specialists. You'll end up getting an appointment made. I've got one for the end of the month. Apparently I go down there, they talk me through, or they give me an interview, they ask me questions, and they talk me through this machine that they show me how I'm supposed to wire it up. So I'm supposed to go to sleep with it that night, get all wired up, record the data for them, and in the morning drop it off. They let you know how many times you've woken up. Apparently they attach to your eyelids and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to sleep that night. It's going to be interesting. So worst case scenario, exercise and diet, if that doesn't sort of like help, I'm going to have to get this bloody CPAP machine, constant positive air pressure machine. Yeah, I know, I keep going to the same bloody roads, but there ain't much around. This is my only way into the dirt, man, from where I live, pretty much. So that's why I take it. But yeah, and that apparently, like, even though it's shit to wear, it's really makes you sleep really good. And people swear by it, and they say, oh my god, I haven't slept so bloody well in ages, like, and I reckon I've been like this for, more than 5 years. Yeah, man, it's like, it's very troubling to not get a good night's sleep. So I did some exercise during the week. I did some lunges on the legs, and I'll tell you what, only just today am I able to do this kind of shit. It still feels sore on my legs, but man, my legs were caning. Like I did fuck all, I just did the busiest weights I could find, and some lunges with them, and yeah, bloody next couple of days, man, my legs were rooted. Yeah, so I set up I pumped up the tyres on the old mountain bike, and I've got these rollers, with the, you put your back wheel in the two back ones, and you've got one on the front, so when you pedal, you drive your front wheel and all that sort of stuff, so you can check your speed out and whatnot. And man, going hard for 2 minutes on that, Jesus Christ, I'm like, what happened to my fitness? It's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm going to slowly but surely get myself back into some cardio stuff, even if I've got to do some walking. It's really hilly where I live as well, so as far as riding the bike goes, it can be pretty hard. There's been a couple of times where I've got back onto the bike and just gone out hard straight away, and the thing is, I've got like a dicky right knee, like fluid on the knee or some shit under the kneecap, and if I just go hard and then come home and rest, when I try and get up, man, that is just like ridiculously sore. So yeah, she's got to just take it easy, man. I've just got to do baby steps, you know. Still got the old tyres. I think the other thing I'm going to be doing to this bike as well is getting some of those Motos Tractionator Adventure tyres. Something with a nice deep, gnarlier tread. I mean, these are alright, but they're more road based. It's probably more like 80% road, 20% dirt, and I would rather have better grip on the dirt, sort of not so much on the road. I mean, now this is that corner where it's like really slippy. I wouldn't mind going to do some proper training somewhere. Got to find out where I can do that in this state. There was Victor Harbour, someone in Victor Harbour doing it. I think there's some BMW club, you know, the BMWs, mate. They're GSs and all that. I mean, they're pretty full on with all the shit that you can do, and they have organised for those guys. But anyway, yeah, get some new tyres, do some more training. But you know, I don't really want to. I'm not into trying to go fast everywhere. You know, like you can see some dudes on these videos, right, and they're just going flat knacker all the time. I mean, obviously they're really good, they got the skills, but for me, with my fitness level, my age and my skill level, man, I'm going to end up killing myself if I do that kind of stuff. So I'm just happy to take it easy. Like, you know, I never rode dirt bikes when I was a kid. Well, I mean, I rode a couple of times, you know, when I was a teenager, just a mate's bike, but I was never brought up on bikes and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, it's not ingrained in me, you know, from childhood. You know, I basically started riding when I think it was my late 20s, maybe 27, 28, and have had bikes on and off since then. And like now, it's the first time I've ridden in 2 weeks, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I'm not a seasoned hellman rider. So yeah, I'm just happy going at my own pace, just taking it easy, trying not to, you know, break traction too much. I know that's what happens with a dirt bike, and you know, I'm okay with that, certain aspects. Obviously not downhill stuff where you're relying on your grip, but and cornering, but you know, spin of the back wheel up. Well, actually, I'm going to go left for a change. I always go down to that bloody way down there. I'm going to go this way and check out some other roads for a change. Oh, I've ordered a duo or dual pack of. I'm going to go check out this road here. This is Bay Free Road. Yeah, bloody Cardo Pack Talk. Twin pack, duo, whatever you want to call it. Basically Bluetooth helmet comms. So I should be able to listen to music in there through that anyway, you know. So this might be just a no-through road, but we'll suss it out anyway. I'll tell you what, these pegs are so much better for standing on, like this. What are they? They're bloody 50 mil. I don't know, they're pretty wide, pretty deep. So yeah, basically they're so much flatter, they're so much better on the feet. Those other ones, the stock ones, they're just like, you know, oh, let's just go here. They were just like bloody being on a bloody, what do you call it? Oh, like a pipe with a bit of rubber on it. Oh, this is pretty cool. Alright, eyes are up. So this is the no-through road bit, or is it actually going to be a no-through road? Let's find out. There's a house up here, so I mean, obviously they use this road, maybe? Yeah, no. Oh, here we go. Well, there you go. No free rate, eh? Stick that on the list. That's pretty cool. So this is taking me to that other... Let's check out Evans Drive. Where's that going? People, walkers. We got walkers. So yeah, I'm just out and about. So what was that called? Woody Butt Road? Or was that little dotted track? I'm not sure. Wasn't paying too much attention to the map. But it's just out discovering, mate. Yeah. Those pivot pegs, man, they're good. Dig yourself a flavour. This one's called Evans Drive. Yeah, oh, there we go. Hey, Skip, what you doing, mate? Oh, Corrugation Street. Yeah, so I haven't been down this road, which is good. I like to find new roads. Apparently I'm recording the trip. I hope I'm recording the trip. I'm using this OSM and app, which I have used previously, but a long time ago, over a year ago. Doesn't show it on the track, but it's got the little symbol up there, so I think it is recording. I've got Google Drive, you know, the Google Map one called Drive. I've got that on there as well. Oh, that's neutral. So yes, I'll just shut up for a bit, shall I? Put on a tune.
He is a deadly and desperate man, on the run with gun in hand, fleeing from the hangman's noose, an outlaw with nothing to lose. A pack of wolves surround its prey, a mighty beast is brought to bay. The smell of blood is in the air, and soon the bottom will claim their share. They gather round the gallows, they circle overhead, stalking the wounded beast until it's dead. Clouds pass before the moon, I surround him in the gloom. A single bullet left in his gun, the buzzards wait till the morning comes. They gather round the gallows, they circle overhead, stalking the wounded beast until it's dead.
Yeah, so I can really feel myself pivoting these pegs now, which is a really good thing. I could, eh? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Just make it... That's just a bit stupid. Really? Why would you fucking do that? Anyway, that was an A3 road because it was literally blocked by some chain business. It looked a bit dodgy to me. It's not like it goes too far, and he comes out the other end, over there on the road, like... Are we going up there or are we going down there? Taking a new road or something, are they? Someone wants to, oh, that goes up there. Go up there? No, that's not the driveway. Yeah, right, it's not on this map. Anyway, the old geezer with the XJS 900 Yamaha. He's gone and put some Shiko 785s on his road bike, and he's been coming around some of these dirt roads, and he's loving it. When I say old geezer, you're older than me, geezer, and I'm getting old too, mate. So you know, don't take offence, mate. Take a gate. I want to go out riding with you, man. Anyway, I want to just go out and do some of this stuff. As you can see, mate, I don't go too stupid, so you'll be fine on the road bike, dude. So yeah, any bike will do it really. I guess it sort of all comes down to skill, I guess, and what else? You've got skill and tyres. What's it say? Ambulance road. Is that asking for trouble? Fuck. Why would you call a fucking road ambulance road? That's just stupid. Unless there's an ambulance station down here, man. Like, you know, that's just, I don't like that name. I've got ambulance cover. I do have ambulance cover. Pays to have it these days. Woo, look out, doggy boy. Yeah, so maybe that was why, because you get bitten by a dog, need to call an ambulance. Hopefully I don't have to go back past him. If I do, I'll have to give it some. Oh, looks like I might have to. Hang on, what have we got here? Yeah, looks like it. Fucking locked gates, eh? Bastards. Alright, I have to give it. He's going to know I'm coming. Ah, he's not too bad. But he goes a bit late, doesn't he? How far are you coming, mate? How are you coming all the way down here? Yeah, you get some weird old buggers sometimes. Well, they get his phone out there. I thought, oh, what's he going to do? Take a photo of my number plate? I don't know. Some people get a little bit shirty about you riding in and around their roads. I mean, if it doesn't say private road, I'm going down it, mate. So there is a time and a place for the longer, full-length feature films. Yeah, it's not quite, but you know what I mean. It's getting dark around here, man. Even my yellow gogs are getting a bit dull. I do have clear ones at home, but you know what? I put them on and it just looked really dull and grey. So I thought, no, I'm going to leave these yellow ones on. It's a bit cooler up here too. I tell you, with the old visor up, you feel it on the face. Anyway, I'm going down Carmack Road. Carmack because it hasn't got any tarmac on it. Oh, there's ducks. Yeah, let's walk because we've got wings, we're just too lazy to use them. Oh, we do have wings, right. They're not just painted on after all. So that's the problem, see, when you've got sleep apnea, is you're depriving your body of, I'm going down here, man. You're depriving your body of bloody oxygen, and your cells need oxygen, and obviously you feel tired and shitty. Oh, this is a water crossing. I wonder how shitty gnarly it is. You know, otherwise you're gonna wake up feeling tired, man. Right, here we go. Fucking water crossing. Is it or isn't it? Ah, that's not a water crossing. That's just a bloody bridge. And there's no water in there anyway. Fair enough. Alright, let's go right, shall we? Oh, no free road. Really? It is a no free road, it says it, doesn't it? Oh, we'll suss it out anyway. No, definitely. Oh, he's up and around. So let's go up this other road then, and I know, 520. So I mean, at the moment you've got your sports, right, with your footy and all that. That's just boring watching people chase a bloody ball and get into a brawl and whatnot. Let's have some proper athletics that is like, you know, what's the word? What about Wenzel Road? Let's have a look at Wenzel Road. Just, yeah, in place of bloody horse racing. I think it'd be a great idea. I mean, why? I don't know why we're not doing it already. You know, like, just have bloody teams that can compete or whatever, or just, I mean, individuals. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You know, we'll watch them race. It could be 100 metre sprint, could be whatever, but have it as a betting thing, and, you know, like, just control it. Oh, is this that road? Road closed ahead, dry weather track only. Yeah, right. Okay. This bloody dry weather, it was closed. Dry weather. So, you know, have your bloody, have your steeple chase and your bloody, what's it call it, just, you have superstars, man. You make superstars out of all these people instead of like just, you know, like once every 4 years and all that kind of stuff. I mean, literally every week or every month or whatever it is. What have we got through here? Nice little dry track. It said dry weather only, and it's bloody had a gate on it, but as long as you don't tear around like a dickhead, it's all good. See, I don't understand. There's no reason to stand up through there. I think you want traction, so you sit down, keep your arse over the back wheel, keep the traction on it. I don't see the big deal about standing up all the time. But what do I know, mate? I'm just an amateur. Obviously it comes in handy for some stuff, but I don't think you need to stand up unless you absolutely have to, really. Oh shit, we've got a bit of a hill climb. Nice. So I think you need traction here. Oh, is that bloody closed? Seriously closed. With a proper gate. You bastard. Oh no, there we go. Oh, there we go. Let's get her through here. There we go. There's no reason to close that off, man. I mean, I guess you don't want four-wheel drives coming through, so it's good that they left a little space for us motorcyclists to enjoy something rather than just being stuck to the same old, you know. That's pretty cool. So that's called Wenzel Road. I like that. That's good. So I'm just on my toes here, mate, as far as the kangaroo cheese and all that sort of shit goes. All my maps has just changed over to dark mode. But hopefully the kangaroos have all settled down for the night. But just never know. Look at these narrow stretches when you've got trees right up your bloody side there. Yeah, they really clean up the loose stuff. What do they do with that? Just like come down with like a whole lot of new stuff and roll it down with a roller or something? Maybe it turns to gravel as it gets older. Not quite sure. I know that they use those graders that push out, you know, like the big scoop things, and they push it. But it's quite hard packed. Maybe it's because of the bit of rain we've had and all that, and now it's dry. I don't know. If you're a road engineer, leave us a comment. I guess at night you've sort of got a little bit more warning of traffic coming because of the lights, so you can afford to use more of the road, and which is safer. Obviously, if you do encounter any marsupials. Yeah, no, we'll keep the high beams on. That's for sure. Well, that's low. Bit of a difference. It'd be nice to get some spotties, I guess, but I guess if you're going to do more night stuff, it'd be hand. At night in these situations, I'd rather be, I was going to say close to the cars. It's handy in one respect. Not in that respect when you've got someone trying to turn out over in front of you, but when you need to keep up the pace, at least you can see what's happening ahead without having to put your high beams on. You've got all these other cars basically cutting a swathe for you. So I guess you ain't going to be seeing jack shit on the on the handlebar cam, but you'll be seeing a flurry of brake lights right about now. All the pretty lights.
Well, I thought I'd just leave it here for you guys, cut the crap. It's probably getting a bit boring, getting on 40 minutes now, but yeah, just thought I'd skip to the night stuff because it's the first time I've ridden the KLR at night, and yeah, I'm quite impressed with the lighting. Doesn't quite represent it on the camera. The low light performance of the camera isn't that great, but yeah, no, I was pretty happy with it. So obviously you just got to take it a bit easier through the woods, but you know, with marsupials on the prowl and that, although I didn't see any, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a folklore, eh? Bit of a tale. Anyhow, until next time, guys, try and get some sleep. I know I will. Try, that is. Until then, shiny side up.